Hi, I'm Elaine Harding. Welcome to my blog at stampwithelaine.com. I have an easy card today using the Playing in the Rain stamp set and dies. Unfortunately, I don't think they're available anymore as a bundle, so you do have to buy them separately. The Playing in the Rain stamp set is on page 60. The dies is on page 165, and the embossing folder, Raindrops, is on page 169 of the May 23 to April 24 annual catalogue. Raindrops embossing folder, it's a standard embossing folder, so you don't need the grey plate, you need just platform 1 and the 2 platform 3s. The inks I'm using are Tuxedo Black, Memento Ink and Balmy Blue and Smoky Slate. Stamping blends in Smoky Slate, Blueberry Bushel, Pecan Pie. Lastly, Balmy Blue. So this is the card we're making. Really easy and simple. Also need Versamark, white embossing powder. This comes in a basic pack of 3 in basic white, clear and black, so we're going to be using the white one, and of course a heat tool. Also some rhinestones, and we'll run through the cardstock you'll need. A scrap of Blueberry Bushel to stamp the sentiment on. The card base is Balmy Blue, half a sheet of A4, and this measures 5 3/4 by 8 1/4, so that's 14.5 by 21 centimeters and folded in half. The first mat layer, which is the larger piece, is in Blueberry Bushel, and this has been cut at 3 3/4 by 5 1/2, and in measure that's 9.5 by 14 centimeters. I have 2 pieces of basic white, and that has been cut at 3 5/8 by 5 3/8, so that's 9 centimeters by 13.5 centimeters. So that will go on top like that on the card front, and the same again for the inside of the card. You also need a scrap of basic white to stamp the clouds on and die cut them out. Now you have to be mindful with your embossing folder because the raindrops fall the other way, so if you put your card in like this, when you emboss it, the raindrops are actually upside down. You need to put your cardstock in, and you need to only partially emboss it so that it leaves this area free so I can stamp on it. So actually the more sensible thing to do is to stamp on it first. Then I should know where I'm going to emboss. So stamp that in. And stamp the puddle as well. So I want the puddle underneath his feet. Make my embossing sandwich. I only need platform 1, one of the platform 3s, and the second platform 3 on top. So I'm only going to put partially down to this point here. I want my raindrops to be straight as well, I don't want them skew with. So put it down here and put my plate here. Okay. And the trick is to not go all the way so it doesn't leave a mark. And then wind it back. I want a blue Stampin' Write marker and just go over the raindrops like that. I'll do that off camera. Then I'm going to use this stamp, the raindrop stamp, and stamp some more raindrops around him. While I've got the raindrop stamp out, I'm going to stamp the inside of the card. Oh, I forgot to press record. And I'm going to stamp the umbrella as well, leaning against the side. Then ink up with smoky slate and stamp the clouds. To dye that off camera, and I'll be back. Now I want to stamp my sentiment. So put the dust buddy on and stamp this in Versamark and try not to get my head in the camera. Put white embossing powder on it. Heat up the... Now we want to do some colouring. So I'm going to colour the fox in the pecan pie combo. The Mac in smoky slate and the umbrella in blueberry bushel. So I'll speed this up. Now we can start assembly. So I'll glue this piece inside on top of the matte layer. Leaving an even border all round, and do the same for this piece here. Put dimensionals on the back of each cloud and then pop them on the card. Also dimensionals on the back of the label. I might want to trim that down a little bit. I think I stamped the fox too far over, but it doesn't matter. Then lastly, put a rhinestone in. Let's just pop one there. So there you have it, Mr. Fox. And that's the inside of the card. So it's really quick and simple. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Bye.